Are you feeling tired, gaining weight, or just not feeling like yourself lately? Well, before you purchase one more supplement or start a new diet, let me share with you a few simple tips that you can do to simplify your wellness journey. Hello, I'm Lennice Smith, and I am a registered nurse with over 30 years experience in the nursing profession. But more importantly, I am a woman in midlife, so I understand exactly what you're going through. Okay, let's start off with step one in simplifying your wellness journey. Get a baseline visit with your primary care provider and lab work. Be sure to request certain lab work that needs to be done. Number one being checking your thyroid. Get your thyroid panel done, and thyroid will help you determine if you have hypo or hypothyroid, or if your thyroid's okay, which is perfect. And this will help you understand what's going on with your metabolism, why maybe you're gaining weight and not able to lose weight now. The next lab test you'd want to get done is your A1C. And your A1C tests to see if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, and this is very, very important. The third test you need to get done is your lipid panel. And the lipid panel will tell you whether you're at risk for heart disease or a stroke. And this is very important. And if you are, you can start to decrease those risk factors, such as exercise, certain things that you're eating. So make sure you get a lipid panel done. And then finally, make sure you get your vitamin D level checked. Vitamin D is great for our overall health. It helps with muscle strength, immune system support, as well as brain health and many other things. So be sure to get those 4 lab tests done no matter what. Talk to your doctor about what symptoms you're having. I know for myself, I had fatigue, weight gain, brain fog, sleep changes, and I can go on and on and on. Mood swings. Be sure to talk to your doctor about the symptoms you're having also as a part of this physical. But what if you don't have a doctor? What if you don't have insurance? If you go to some of these labs like Quest or LabCorp, you can actually purchase these labs yourself. Now, you will need someone to interpret those labs. So then look for a community health center in your area where doctors work at a discount, or a free clinic, or somewhere like that that you can go and pay a fraction of the cost, take your lab work in with you, and see if they will interpret them for you. But it's very important to get a baseline full physical and lab work done before you start on any diets or taking any supplements. So number 2, build simple daily habits for your health routine. For example, keep it very simple if this is your first time really starting to work on your health. Simple habits like every morning I'm going to get up and I'm going to take a walk around the block. Number 2, I'm going to take my supplements with breakfast. These are examples. Number 3, I'm going to make sure I stretch before I go to bed or when I wake up. Just keep it very, very simple so that you can make those anchor habits stick. And then as your habits stick, you can build new habits like going to the gym. Maybe get a personal trainer. That way you're held accountable. Another thing you can do is just build reminders, because we get so busy throughout the day at work, you might forget to take your supplements. You might forget that, oh, I forgot, I was going to get up and go for a walk. So on the iPhone, I use the reminder app to remind me every day around noon, take your supplements. Now, I don't need reminders to walk because I've been walking and going to the gym now for a few years, and I have that habit kind of on autopilot. But there are habits that I do need help with, such as remembering to take my vitamins. And so I have a reminder on my phone at lunchtime, and then I have another one at bedtime to remind me to take my supplements. And so use your reminders. I also use an app on my phone called Chronometer, where I can track what I'm eating, and it's to me the best app. I downloaded it. I put my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, water intake in the Chronometer app, and it keeps me honest, because there are times when I'm thinking, I haven't eaten many carbs today, and I'll look and I'm almost at my carbs by 5 o'clock, the amount that I have for my eating plan in Chronometer. And so tracking is very important. If you don't want to use digital tracking, then write things down. Get a little journal and track in there what you're eating so that you can keep an idea of what it is you're eating and know how much protein you're getting, how many carbs, how many fat, if you're drinking enough water. And then that way you can make sure you are meeting those goals that you have set for yourself. Remember, don't try to do everything all at one time. It will overwhelm you and then you'll quit. If you're like me, I can't do everything all at once. I try to start simple and then build from there. And then that way it's not overwhelming and it's a habit that sticks with you over time. And then over a year, 2 to 5 years, you'll begin to see all of the work that you've put in for your wellness journey will pay off. And lastly, number 3, simplify your nutrition. This was a game changer for me because number 1, I'm not a cook. And number 2, if it gets too complicated, I tend to quit. So when I say simplify your food, pick 2 to 3 meals and snacks that you really enjoy and really love and focus on purchasing those snacks and those foods. There's certain things that I always keep around the house. I always keep salmon in the freezer and I use the individually wrapped salmon so I can take out a few and cook them in the air fryer. There are nuts like Brazil nuts that I keep around the house so that I always have them available. I always have quinoa available, sweet potatoes, just certain things. Pick your meals, figure out what it is you love and enjoy, and just simplify it and keep those meals around the house. And then what I call prep and repeat, prep the meals. Now, there are people that prep the meals and they put them in the little containers and keep them organized in the refrigerator. I've tried that a few times and it just doesn't work for me. But if it works for you, go for it. For me, I prep my meats. So I will cook quite a few pieces of salmon. If I'm going to turn on the air fryer to cook one, I might as well cook 2 or more. I just keep them in the refrigerator. So when it's time for me to eat my lunch or dinner, I pull out my meat, I pull out my veggies. I will prep my food on Sunday or Saturday while I'm cooking. I might as well cook it all at one time. And then I'll organize it in the refrigerator where I have the meats already cooked because that's typically the hardest part. And then if I cook rice, brown rice, I'll cook it in the rice cooker and cook enough for a few meals and just have it ready. And then that way it's simplified. I always have almond milk, always have my protein powders. I always have my nuts. I always have tuna. I have salmon in the can if I want to make salmon croquettes, if I'm kind of getting tired of making just regular salmon. So simplify your food. And then that way, that will help you along the way on your wellness journey. Remember, you don't need a complicated plan. You just need a starting point. And you'll begin with a checkup and then make sure to incorporate small, simple steps along the way to becoming the strong, healthy woman you are. Also remember, your best years are not behind you. That you are actually beginning your best years now. So stay well, and I'll see you next time.